today's tip, we're going to be talking about values. And values are actually held within the subconscious mind. And if you're feeling any kind of tension or inner conflict, so to speak, maybe you feel some confusion, some kind of feeling of being torn in some way, then that probably means that there's a block in your subconscious values. For example, I was working with a gentleman who really wanted to be a great dad. And he kept saying, I don't want to be a dad yet. And he almost refused to allow it into his life, even though his partner was so insistent on having children. They'd been together a really long time, and he was really scared of losing the relationship because he loved her so much. And you could visibly see how torn he was, because he wanted to keep the relationship and he did want family. There was a block that was confusing his feelings about it. When we did the work, we realised that it was really important to him to be a good dad, which was in his values. But the reason why it was important was because he felt like if he failed, then he would hurt the child, and he'd had a bad experience himself. So he was basically wanting to be a good dad to avoid letting people down. And when you have an avoidance in your values, it kind of blocks your success, because it's confusing for the mind. It's like, well, do you want children or do you not? It was like a bit of a start-stop for him. It wasn't clear for the mind, so he didn't really move forward. So when we did the work, he realised that actually he needed to make being a dad more alluring and focus on why he wanted to be a great dad. So he started to focus on what it would feel like, what fun it would be, how brilliant it would be when he did it well, so that he put more focus on doing it well than the focus on avoiding the problem. And the moment he started putting more focus on how it would go well, he started to feel differently about being a dad. And then he went on to be a dad, and I checked in with him about a year and a half after, and he's a dad, and he's a happy dad, and he always says to me, you know what, I would never be able to be a dad and have the family life and the relationship that I have without that session. It really opened my eyes, and it, that's a really special thing for someone to feel, and it just meant the world to me. I felt privileged to be part of that journey with him. But you can also free yourself of blocks too. So if you are feeling any conflict, really ask yourself, why is that important to me? Are you going towards something, or you are trying to avoid something? And just notice that you can put all your energy on what you want to go towards. And when you do that, you will achieve again and again and again. You can absolutely do this. Just make sure you look the right way.